right, found my rain jacket. Randomly had a thunderstorm. I was filming another video on the truck this morning. My son had to go to the doctor. I had to take him out of school, take him back to school. I thought I was going to stay in the office for the day. It's a Monday, so I'm trying to catch up on paperwork, but I'm in the van again. You might hear some noise. Not too bad. So I'm in the van again, and we have a walk-in cooler that's completely off. Like I said, we had thunderstorms and stuff like that, so it's been raining all day. It finally stopped. The sun might come out, but the unit never came back on. They mentioned they had power outages. On the way over here, I did notice that there's still street lights that are out. Not a ton or anything, so we're gonna see where the power is being lost. From what I remember, this one is the walk-in that has the condenser directly on top of the box. It's not ran to the roof or anything, so we'll hop up real quick, check fuses, things like that, see where the power's at. But the old unit was not falling apart, but like worked on a bunch. And we were supposed to put a new one, or we were waiting for a response on it, so I'm not sure if it's new. I can't remember. Oh yeah, it is a new one, so I don't know. We'll see. See if it's just freaking fuses, and then we'll run it, make sure it works and everything. Yep, that's completely off. All right. The evaporator is older, the condenser is newer. So let's check a few things. I just had one of these calls, but I wanted to get a full bird's eye view, and right away I could see that copper was a little bit shiny in one part. Now I can't see it from, oh shit, that's all the way through, isn't it? Damn, it's gonna be a pricey one. And it got the wire too. So we're gonna have to repair the wire, and then I'm pretty sure we're out. Or not out, but let's see. There's a solenoid downstairs, so yep. So we're gonna have to close it off, vacuum the low side. Yeah, it's gonna be a hard one. Easy but hard. Seeing this is the way it comes. This is all just wound up and raveled right here. Could have rubbed out on this too, so we're gonna eliminate this. I might just go with the peanut style. I've always had good luck with that. So yeah, half the system is out, so it just depends on when it gave out, but we're gonna have to vacuum that side. Like I said, there is a solenoid, so anything from that or from the suction to the evaporator is closed off. Anything on the high side is going to be pressurized, so we can get away with, or I'm going to try and get away with a vacuum. We'll just close off some of these valves and remove this whole thing, repair that, get that all squared away, wired in, repair the wire over here, and then do a decent vacuum, clean it out the best we can, and then see how much we need to, or if we need to top it off. Be going through these low pressure switches like crazy. All right, so we're gonna pull a vacuum from the suction side over there, kind of closer to the evaporator and all that. Our solenoid's gonna cut out the high side section, and then on the other side is gonna be the compressor that should block that off as well. But just in case, there's a valve right here coming out that I'm gonna close off just in case as a backup. But essentially from here, the compressor, and if you follow the suction line into the evaporator up to the solenoid or the TXV, that's blocked off. That's the part we're vacuuming. That's the part that has no pressure. Our other side, the high side, the condenser coming out the receiver, all this up into the solenoid from here down. It's a short distance, but that's the part that has refrigerant. So everything should be in the coil or the receiver. Let me know if you would do it differently, but we're gonna try this out, vacuum it. I'm gonna set it up with the hose hauler and battery pump. I do not have my mic today. All right, so I'm gonna need a core remover tool. Let's try out this JB one. So we got our JB with the slide valve. So we got our core. Not magnetic. All right, so I had to put it there. I wanted it closer to the evaporator, but my God, these stupid things. Even if I remove this panel here to get more room, the stupid side glass is right there. I can't really fit a core removal tool there, so we have to put it on this side where I did want to put it, but that's whatever. It's closer to the compressor. I don't know if I wasn't pushing down enough to grab it, but I had a hard time getting that Schrader out. It does kind of lock in there, but I don't know. Let's throw this one back in. This has that torque in it. So you can spin it till it clicks. Or just stops. I got that one in. Gonna be trying this out. Try this out on a AC unit soon, because this is the dumbest place for it. Like, I hate trying to vacuum on these small systems. So we'll get everything set up. I'm gonna use one of these hoses. Let's do our new field piece one. So I got these field piece. All right, and I was just talking about this with some other guys. If you buy a new Hvacr, you know, this is the 2 CFM, or is it the 4? I already forgot. 2 CFM. On the new ones, they put blockers, so there's gonna be these extra little pieces somewhere here. I can't remember. It has extra plastic that blocks, because this old one takes Makita. So I can throw in either a Makita battery. I don't really have too many good ones, but an adapter allows me to do the Milwaukee to Makita to Hvacr. So I'm gonna do it this way. I don't like that I have the micron gauge right there, but it is what it is. We're only pulling on one side anyway. All right, almost forgot, put the little peanut in there. I just use a little bit of nylon for, you know, threads and flares. So got that seated in over there. Got our micron gauge, like I said, hooked up. I believe open is down. Well, let me open this. Still not reading anything until slip the valve. And now it should start. All right, so run it through here. I'll see if I can take this out, but for now, got our 2 wires. We're just gonna connect it to where these yellow ones from the other pressure control are going. I believe one is crimped here. Okay, one is tied into there. I'm sure we can do that real quick. And I want to say the other one is this one right here. So you follow it. Yeah. So then I'll cut this one, and we can, if I have one, I'll put one. If not, just wire nut it. Same thing. All right, so we're gonna do an impromptu decay test because I got to change out the battery on it. I don't know what that noise is. This is the walk-in freezer right in front of me, and I've never heard it pulse like that. Obviously, it could be like a rattle, but that's kind of a weird, consistent pulse in and out. Oh man, it rose 100, right? Damn it. Okay, so let's isolate this. Change out the damn battery on this too. All right, got it on there. Slide valve, microns. of course, the second I take off my rain jacket, it starts drizzling. All right, so decay test, closed off the valve core valve, then we turned off the pump, fixing up the wire in here. I got to zip tie it neatly in the corner. That's all tied in. Got that tightened up, secured or covered our wires, but it's not even going to be touching right there. Don't forget the wires. And I need to get zip ties them out of everything, but I got some on the van, so go back and get that, and then we'll see what that settles at. It's at 565. All right, so that's not an ideal repair, but we're sticking in the 590s. So everything else should be good. I'm gonna call it there, and then we'll get it started. So I removed that, the valve's closed. This, I slipped it out, so now the micron gauge is closed. So we got nothing, it's still isolated. And then I'm gonna start the system, see what it does, get the fuse in there. And if you closed or did anything with the valves, make sure you put them back in the right position. So we open this one up. Nothing's flowing anywhere right now until I put the disconnect back together, turn it back on, and then the solenoid will kick out the refrigerant all through here. It's running. I might not even have to add anything, but yeah, this is an easy one. I'm up here, got the ladder, pulling a Jake, got the van open. All right, so I'm waiting for it to drop a little bit more, and then we'll check like the sight glass, if it's clearing up. The pressures, the suction side was still a little bit too high, but that's because it's, you know, it's very warm in the box. So I'm gonna let that do its thing. So we have to top it off a little bit. I'll check superheat to kind of verify some stuff. I wish it was hot outside, because it being kind of cool, because it's warming up a little bit, but it was like very like 60-ish or 70, and that condenser, the fan is on, so it's gonna cool it like super quick, or cool it down a lot. So my head pressure's not, you know, high or anything. It's not that hot, but I'm hoping it didn't leak out too much, but we'll see. If we have to top it off, it would be that kind of situation, because it's already in the 40s, not a big deal. I did walk into the freezer. We've always kept that freezer 5 to 8 degrees at most, right? I've worked on it so many times. This is a long-time customer. Every now and then they want to try another company, to each their own, whatever. Some company was here for a few days over the weekend. They lost a lot of product because they fixed it, and then it went down the next day on the Saturday, and then they were here for a few days. I don't know like what they found. I don't want to take apart, you know, the panels and all that, but just walking in, I was like, man, it's turning off a lot. It's maintaining 11 to 13 at the most. I keep having to stop because I'm parked right next to the drive-thru. So it was maintaining 11 to 13. I was like, it must be set to 10 or something. Sure enough, it's set to 10. So I don't know if they did that on purpose, so it would wouldn't ice up, or it wouldn't, probably so it wouldn't ice up, so it would cycle more. But that's not maintaining the proper temp. I mean, all the frozen product, I mean, it's not gonna go bad right away, but it should be kept under 10. So I don't know. I'm not gonna touch it. Another company touched it. They resolved whatever. I guess, you know, they probably got paid and got out of here. Oh, and they still have not changed out the doors. So like, well, like today it shouldn't even be struggling. It should be like 0. When I would work on it and we had days like this, like it got real cold because it's not struggling as much in the Texas heat, like in the 100 degrees. So I can imagine when it's 100 degrees, I mean, it'll probably maintain the 11, 13, but it's never going to go under that, even if they drop it down. But they have not replaced the door yet, so I noticed that it's the same door. It's falling apart. There's a big gap because it won't close anymore. It's warped, all that stuff. All right, don't forget to throw your trash. So picked up, got everything down already. It's already at 40 degrees and dropping relatively quick. So nothing flashing, showing signs of it being like super low or anything. So I don't even have a work order. They didn't send it out. I got here kind of quick. And I haven't checked. They probably still haven't because they're so bad about it. But they're a regular customer, so I'll do the invoicing later. I'll just make a note of how long I was here, and then it'll be one of these that we do like a follow-up for, right? I want to make sure that we don't have an issue with the charge or anything like that. There's no weight on this, so it's not like I can weigh it out and weigh it in. But our superheat was decent. Sweating line back to the compressor, like a clear side glass. We're good for now. I need to see how it does on a warmer day. And then obviously like on a cool day or a cold day is when you see a low charge issue, at least, you know, around here. Because at that point, if it doesn't have enough refrigerant for winter charge, it won't cool as good. So other than that, I think we're good. I'm gonna let it cycle off because we're close to the set point. Let it cycle off, make sure it pumps down. And then I'm gonna go down to check a water leak on an AC. You know, we just had a thunderstorm, so I have no idea if there's a panel off the AC unit, if the drain, something got in there and it backed up. I don't know, it could be the rain itself. So we'll go check that out after this. And I'm gonna be working late today. Well, it's at 38 and it feels super cold. It's a really small walk-in box. I didn't put my thermometer. I'm going by their digital, you know, the one that's on the door right there. And that one, I believe, has like a small delay on it, just so that it doesn't skyrocket when the door opens and all that. So it feels really cold. I think we're good. Like I said, we're gonna do a follow-up, and that's what they want too, because they said we're not gonna put product in it right now, don't worry about it. And I told them I'd come back tomorrow, just kind of look over it and double check it, or like later in the week, when whatever, you know, it depends on what comes up. It is 6. I got to get to my next call so I can make it home at a decent time. Like I said, I'm going down. It's in the same city, and we're going to look for a water leak real quick. Hopefully it's super simple. All right, so I just got here. I'm going to go inside and ask them to show me where the water leak is, and then I might take a look in the ceiling tiles and see if it's like from a return or anything like that, or if it's coming from the vents. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so the front, I almost thought they broke down or something, but I think they just turned it off, so we're gonna be throwing water, and it's gonna be the unit in the front. I don't see any water though. I don't really. And I'm assuming I have to clear it out. I can see dampness. But that's dry. Didn't see much of a clog here either. Got some stuff to come out a little bit. Maybe slightly. Depends on how long they had it off too. Just gonna clear this out and then investigate a little bit more, make sure it was coming from this side. Could have just been the rain that seeped through, I guess. All right, just doing our due diligence here, and we're gonna clean that out. And then it goes off the roof. I can't really show it or see it from here, but I know we cleaned it out. All right, so this has been here a while. That's the AC I'm working on. This is a walk-in cooler, so kind of new, still on the pallet. And what is this? Suitable for wet locations. There's no disconnect unless there's a breaker. I've seen the breakers in there, but that's the electrical suction liquid line. So this is alarming to me. So I don't know if it's gonna come out. There's a hole in there. So just gonna fill it up real quick. All right, so filled in what I could. I saw another big hole on this side, so I filled that in. It's not going to be like the best, but just in case that's what it was. And if they want to get a full line set cover, flashing, whatever, to enclose this the way it should be, then that's up to them, but they probably wouldn't. So yeah, that was a weird one. Like I said, just kind of observe and see what I can do, since they turned it off, which is, I mean, good for them, right? They don't have any more water coming in, but like I couldn't see exactly what was going on, right? So by the time I get here, it's dried out. It's not doing the problem that it had. But by going in the ceiling, it's just an awkward area. I basically have to put this ladder right in front of the walk-in door, and hopefully nobody's gonna knock me over, and I have to get kind of high. So like in the ceiling, there's just one little section. So like one tile maybe was still wet, and it was directly under the return. Check the return, it did still have like a dampness to it. So at some point water got into the return, and that thing just sits there. So the water comes in and it sits and it starts leaking out and messing up the duct too. I've told them the back one had that issue before. They're gonna need new duct, but that's just recommendations, right? So I cleared out the drain. I covered up some holes that I had seen. I didn't see any water coming from there from the bottom when I was in the ceiling. You know, it was probably the drain or the rain, because the rain was pretty bad today. If somehow that rain got into that area with the return, it filled up the return and caused water to drip inside, I don't know. But for now they're good. Just, you know, just charge for the time out here to check it, do a couple of quick things. It's going to be a super cheap call, but you know, I didn't find too much. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's getting late, it's getting dark. I want to go home already. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. See you guys.